Alright, thank you guys for watching this video first of all, but it's been a hot minute since I've done one of these little review videos, so thought I'd make another one on this route. And our focus for today is going to be the full bucket line SD70M for Trainz that I made around yesterday. So, a little backstory behind this is the FBL runs on the Mexican border around Arizona or New Mexico. I don't remember exactly, but this is an old MSTS fictional from probably like the early 2000s, and I decided to revamp this into OpenRails. And I can actually pull up an image real quick. Ignore that GIF, but let me pull up an image. So this is the Trainz community Discord. If you guys would like to join it, it's a really good server. It has OpenRails, Trainz, pretty much anything you could ever ask for. But this is an example of FBL right here. Currently, we have a lot of people making a lot of good content for FBL right now in OpenRails. And speaking of which, here's the 70M. But there's a lot of people making FBL stuff for OpenRails, and it all looks very, very nice. Here's one of the new additions, a U23 or U30B. And here is a MRL patch that someone on this Discord's making. Here, shout out to him. He's actually been making some pretty good stuff lately. But with that being said, to sum that up, this is an old MSTS fictional on the Arizona-Mexican border, or New Mexico, and it is a very old fictional. So, I want to go over the aspects of this unit. I've made, actually, hold on. I made two different versions, one that's flared and one that is non-flared. Let me change the number series real quick. I have two different number series on these things, which is the 5001 to 5036 and 5037 to 5050. I'll actually pull those up right now. So we got, yeah, 5001 to 5036, and the second number series for, in my world, or in my little thing, there was a second order from 5201 to 5225, which is 25 units. They started out 36, and the second order came out with 25 units. And then this is the non-flared. I'll pull up the non-flared real quick. I forgot what I put for the numbers, but they don't seem to be working at the moment. Not the script. That is not the right thing to open. Okay, so 5037 to 5050. That's what that was. So 13 to 14 units for non-flared. Anyway, I want to go over the skins for this real quick. I made a relatively clean variant and a weathered version, and they're on separate models, but I actually have a texture script for this. This is off the UP SD70M, by the way. That's why I have the texture script. So there's the basically clean version, and then the weathered version. This is kind of like in the middle, but for the most part it's the same. So actually here, I'll go on my PDN or my texture file for you. Kind of go over everything. So this is what the map looks like with all the weathering layers and everything. Door dirt, off and on, and off and on. And this is a private PDN, by the way. This is extremely private, but there are PSDs on the JR site if you want to do railcar reskins, just not locomotive reskins. And if you really want to do your own weathering jobs, I can pull up some images real quick. If you look up images like this, you can get kind of rust PNGs and stuff like that. I don't know how you can get images kind of like I don't know where you can get images similar to this, because I don't really know. I wasn't the one that made it, but I don't know where you can get images like this. I'm not honestly not sure. But with that being said, if you do want to do your own weathering layers and stuff like that, like rust and stuff, you can find it on here. Just look it up on Google, like rust layer or dirt PNG or something like that. Dirt PNG. Yeah, like, oh, okay, well, that's not exactly what I was looking for. More like that, kind of. Like that, and another example like this, where you can just kind of, if you want to, you can add it. Say like up here, you can add around edges and stuff like that. Here, I'll increase the weathering on this. Kind of like that, where you can do outlines of parts of the locomotive and stuff like that. But other than that, that's basically it. I'll go ahead and go into the game now. There isn't really much to this, to be honest. Just the skin. That's about it. I will go over some of the parts I added though. Only thing I changed on this was obviously the skin, the plow, so it'll have the SP SD70M plow. And then I put the skin. I originally had the skins on the non-flared one, but I put it on a UP flared 70M. So that's what that is. And if you want to know what the font is for the numbers, if you want to make your own FBL stuff for Trainz or OpenRose, whatever you want to do, it's the Southern D font on Railsim stuff. I'll actually pull it up right here. You go to their website, and since it's Southern, you want to go to SC, and there you go, Southern right here. That's the font. So if you ever want to do FBL stuff or Southern stuff, that's where you get your font from. Anyway, let's go ahead and go into the game. I forgot to change the engine sound, but I'll show you what the engine sound actually looks like, or sounds like. Normal engine sound will sound something like this. I just want to go over here so that you can hear it a little bit better. This is what it'll normally sound like, instead of this loud one. I still have yet to do X lights on this, but I'll show you what X lights are if you guys don't know. I'm sure most of you guys know what X lights look like, but I'll go ahead and give you an example real quick. Sorry, I can't type. There we go. This is what X lights look like. Kind of just what the normal JR units now have on their newer stuff. Other than that, that's pretty much it. I'll go over the horn real quick. I added from a friend's C6 SD70 AC. I don't know where he got the horn, but I think it's on the Jalen Pugh's Google Drive. And he has a Google Drive that's open. If you go to his YouTube channel, you can open up his Google Drive, which has pretty much all of his horns, anything he's ever made in there. So I'll go ahead and go in here because this is actually what I'm excited to show. Went ahead and added the FBL and the number series in here. FBL lettering there, over here as well. Oh, sorry. And then the textures over here. Decided to go pretty all out on this after I thought this looked nice, but yeah. And one final thing, this will not be released. I know a lot of you are respectful in that manner to not ask me for things like this, but I just wanted to go ahead and put a disclaimer on there because a lot of my people that watch my channel are new, so I thought I would just put that out there.